Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast.
Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is Tiffani Neilson. Tiffani Neilson is the Chief Marketing Officer at IoT Marketing, an integrated marketing firm that specializes in launching and fueling the growth of IoT and high-tech companies with end-to-end marketing and production services. She is also the creator and host of Industry Insights webinars, a virtual event series intended to educate those in need of connected solutions and align them with relevant information from IoT and tech ecosystem partners. Well, good afternoon, Tiffani. Welcome to the show.
Hello, and thank you so much for having me.
Amazing. I love getting on a podcast, especially towards the end of the day. I did a few already today, but getting on with somebody that kind of shares the same background that I do in the tech space, but also you sit behind a microphone and interview people as well on podcasts. So that is awesome. And you've got a lot of energy. That's what I love about this. So Tiffani, we're going to just barrel right into the questions right here. Okay. So first thing I want to ask, we're going to talk about your career a little bit in marketing as a senior executive, a serial entrepreneur, and now you're the Chief Marketing Officer at IoT Marketing. Could you share with our audience the secret to your career growth and what inspires you?
Well, what inspires me is that I love helping people. And so I'm a published author. I wrote the Sin City Survival Guide, which was helping people figure out their way around Las Vegas. But that definitely evolved quickly and into a TV show where I got my first run at being behind the camera. And that evolved into the technology arena. And it was quite the learning curve, but I like to challenge myself. And so one of the secrets to my growth would have to be the fact that I'm always challenging myself. I always use creativity in everything I do. I'm very adaptable and I'm persistent. So when I know that something is needed in an industry or to the masses for whatever that might be, I definitely apply myself 100%. So I think when you give something 100%, then it's likely it'll turn out right.
Absolutely. When you have energy and you have a purpose and you're just inspired, it's interesting how things fall into place. And maybe I get some of that from learning from Tony Robbins. You know, he talks about your physiology kind of leads the way. So thank you for sharing. And so let's talk a little bit, Tiffani, about, the pandemic, just a tad here. What was the single biggest business decision you had to make during the first year of the pandemic? And how different is your business strategy today?
Well, I saw the pandemic coming from a distance, and it was quite early on compared to most people. And immediately I tried not to panic. Obviously, it's a pandemic, so, the likelihood of panicking is pretty likely. But I am also a solutionist. And so when I realized the impact that the pandemic was going to have to trade shows, and that being the core of our business model, that we were using trade shows to get different attention and awareness for our clients, I saw it as a major challenge that needed to be quickly resolved. And I thought, webinars. We could easily keep the IoT ecosystem connected, as well as be a resource for people that are going to need connected solutions now more than ever before. And we pivoted to webinars, and we are 2 years in. We've done over 20 webinars now, and we're also doing an award show yearly. So it has really just taken off in ways we can't imagine. There's 1,200 to 2,500 people that attend our live events, and we cover a new industry each month on how technology is being used and provide our audience with insights to what's happening in the market, what the challenges are, what the objectives and goals are for those industries, and provide forward-looking thoughts for where we see the end industry headed. And we always provide tips too. So that's something I appreciate about your podcast.
Thank you for sharing. And I like that you said you had a little bit of foresight. You kind of saw something coming down that didn't look too good, and you were absolutely, somewhat prepared for that pivot. So thank you for sharing. And I love the fact that you are focusing on different technologies, different industries as you walk through your webinar. So thank you. So Tiffani, you're obviously leveraging some new and emerging technologies within your business, right? But maybe there's something you could share with us today.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we cover a lot of different emerging technologies in our webinars, everything from IoT, AI, machine learning, blockchain, just to name a few. And I saw the opportunity with the webinars, and we've really just grown that to an extreme level. And one of the ways that we've been able to do that is by leveraging big data. And so when it comes to big data, it's collecting the right data and then being able to use that to your advantage, which we do through marketing automation as well as AI chatbots. And we're also launching an OTT content delivery system where we will be able to further push our media out to many more sources. We're currently multi-streaming, so we use advanced streaming capabilities. And I guess it's all leading towards the metaverse, because with all of the push for digital and virtual events, I don't see things coming back to 100% the way they were before the pandemic right away. So we plan to continue to evolve as the situation continues and provide resources for everyone who enjoys our content. So we just continue to build upon that and use all the new technology that's available.
That's awesome. And again, going back to what you'd said previously, is focusing on those different technologies. But I like the fact that regardless if we're in a lockdown situation, we're out of it, or we're in hybrid, you've certainly adapted well. And I think the webinars have done wonders for our community globally. So thank you. And last question, Tiffani, can you share something from your career experience that would be helpful for those looking to grow their career, maybe in marketing or entrepreneurship?
Absolutely. And so for the entrepreneurship, you have to make sure that the business that you're starting is solving a problem. And so if you're not solving a problem, then you should probably take a second look at the business that you're starting. But once you've identified the problem, then you need to actually listen to the customers, because customers are going to likely tell you exactly what their challenges are and what they're trying to solve. And the more that you can meet those needs that they have, the more sales you're going to have, the better your user experience is going to be for your end customer. And then you have to be able to measure those results. And with traditional trade shows, it was challenging because you were getting the awareness out there, but how do you measure the ROI? And so when it comes to digital and virtual events, it's easy to see the results because they're measurable. So make sure that you can measure the results and make it easy for people. If you confuse your customers and it's a difficult process, confused customers don't make buying decisions. So you have to make it easy, simple, and easy to understand for everyone.
You for sharing. And I like how you broke everything down, especially starting a new business. If you're an entrepreneur, you're absolutely right. There's a lot of inspiration and a lot of hard work that goes into it, but you absolutely need to be solving a problem. So I appreciate that. And Tiffani, last thing is, it was a pleasure having you on today, and I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Thank you so much. I look forward to talking to you again soon as well.
Bye for now.